Alright. After a false start, because it wasn't actually obvious. Alright, so we're going to go to extras here. And then there's this option called map. So we're going to go to the map here. And this is, well, free roam, basically. You can see all the characters are basically where they were when we left off. The field map has changed. So this is the creature campaign mode. It's just not called that for some reason. So we're going to go to the Tower of Volney. There are two locations. The other one is called the Lagdale Ruins. They're both the same. But here's the gimmick. The goal here is just beat up all the enemies. That's it. So, who am I going to bring? This is a good enough group. So we'll just jump right into it. This is where I did a lot of training or grinding. A lot of this is going to be unnecessary, but it's fine. As you can see here, grinding would be much less effective if I were to keep doing it. I'll just do a little bit of this. Actually, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the battle animations off, just because you've seen enough of it. So to complete this whole run, it's 8 floors. It's 8 floors. Destroy all enemies. Basic stuff, really. Okay, actually, early on we're going to see a lot of this. 0 damage. Some tinks. And these enemies are... Okay, well, the boss is still a boss. And therefore worth a lot, but these are level 6 basic enemies, level 5 or so, you know, not really a threat. I might as well use weaker weapons. See, so far so good. So we'll go on to the next floor. There are 8 floors in this setting. Pointedly, you can't save. The most you can do is suspend. Do a quick save that deletes itself. You can re-pick your units between floors and manage your items, but you can't. Well, you can buy basic weapons at a premium. Remember, that's a 50% markup. You can still check the map. So except for that first floor, I haven't really seen any of the other ones. Everything here is basically randomly generated. The enemies are, what they might drop. So I see a rune sword from that guy. There's a spear from another guy. But even with the different layouts, the objective is still the same. Just beat them up. He's capped on speed. She's not capped on anything. How about that? We'll do that. Alright, that's what I expected. Oh, alright. I'm not concerned about what kind of threat these guys are going to pose. But I'm going to step away so I can get some water or something. Okay. I see the enemy is still a firm believer in not attacking enemies or targets that can attack back. That's fine. I'll just try to be as aggressive as possible. Iron Lance. Well, I guess it's got its uses still, but... Oh well. Well, that's just plain rude now, isn't it? Those two should be more than enough. Just look at these pitiful amounts of experience. I mean, this is... Well, that's why this is, easy mode. And, well, it does open up in, you know, like the middle of the game. Did I see... No, I did not. Oh, I do want to show this off, this record, where it shows you the total number of monsters you killed, how many times you've cleared the whole dungeon, I guess the experience you've gained? Yeah, the experience you've gained so far, number of units used. It counts each deployment as, like every single time a unit has been used. So like each floor I get access to 8 units, and I've used all 8 slots each time, that's why it says 16. Alright, let's see here. I thought it might have kept track of how many turns it took you, but it's keeping track of your real-time speed, not your turn total like the epilogue does. Alright. So... So the hell with it. Just send in the army. That's fine. Those two don't need to move. The main thing you do want to watch out for in the creature campaign is that, well, since you can barely resupply, well, that is kind of an issue. But it's not a big one. I'll just go for the glory. Oh yeah, let's just keep going. take a look at what we've got here. We've got a treasure chest over there. No idea what would be inside. Any fun, interesting drops? Not a single one. Okay. Someone should have a chest key somewhere, so I might go for it. Ephraim can go for the chest. No idea what's inside. I could probably look it up, but, yeah. Why go to the effort of looking it up when I can just find out right here? Spider actually got a lucky hit. All these spiders just draining Loot's thunder usage, but it's fine. It's still fine. Alright. No close range options for naming at the moment. Oh, okay. Alright, well, so far so good. Wow, really? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I guess, so far it hasn't been too interesting to do, but I swear there's gonna be some kind of prize for this. Maybe it'll be worth it, maybe not. Alright, seriously, could you imagine sitting through this whole thing? Watching all the animations? Animations are good, but I just played the whole game. It's fine if we don't watch every last one of them. Oops. I don't know why that double tap happened, but hey, rescuing is a thing that I never had to do in this game. It's really frustrating when the enemy survives with 1 HP. Come on, why? Alright, what's in the treasure chest? 3,000 gold. That's not bad. Ephraim's gonna have to deal with the spiders and the dog all by himself. That's fine, that's gonna be right here. Alright, I wonder. Yeah, there it is. By completing the first 3 floors, we get access to Kalik. Remember Kalik? He's basically the same as when we fought him. He's got the silver axe and the tomahawk. Those are both good weapons to add to our arsenal. And he comes with another Hoplon guard, which you might recall he drops. And which you might also recall I stole. So enemy crits are not a threat to whoever holds it. So that's an option for you. If you're into that kind of thing. I'm not, but yeah, there are prizes like that all throughout. Boss up there, enemies over there. Alright. That's an interesting twist on the usual chapter, the usual map that they throw our way. Yeah. Kai drinks cola. Is that the way you pronounce it? Hello. And welcome to you. Trying to find out which games to get, huh? Alright. Well... I have my experience with some of the games, so if you have questions, I guess I could answer those. What you're seeing right now is, well, it's Sacred Stones, I'm sure you could tell that much. But this is a specific thing called the Creature Campaign. It is a post-game thing that has absolutely no plot whatsoever. Where you just kind of run a gauntlet of battles. And, yeah. This game has 2 locations for that kind of thing. This is the easier one, because I'm just doing kind of a sample, because, well, I actually just finished playing the main game earlier. So I'm just kind of showing off what the full run of this is like. You can repeat it as much as you want. There's a world map that lets you do as many random battles as you want. But if you're just generally looking for recommendations, well, a little while before I started streaming this, I streamed the game that came out before. You know, in America, they just called it Fire Emblem. So sometimes they call it Fire Emblem GBA or Fire Emblem 7. That one I think is really good. I mean, it was my introduction to the series. So, you know, it's always got a soft spot. Or I've got a soft spot in my heart for it. It's kind of annoying. That one is, you know, really straightforward compared to something like Three Houses or even Awakening. Awakening is good in its own right. And I'm also a big fan of Three Houses. Although I haven't finished my playthroughs of it yet. Three Houses is a very big game. Just do that. Where's the boss? Okay, the boss is right there. Alright. We'll do that. Another Fire Emblem game that I'm a really big fan of is Path of Radiance that was on the GameCube. If you can find a way to play that, I definitely recommend it. I'm actually planning on playing that soon-ish. Well, after I play another game or two on stream. In the meantime, just chugging right along. I wanted to tweak this a little. I've got an extra spear in reserve, so let's take that. Anything fun here? Yeah, Three Houses, God, what was my final playtime on my first playthrough? I'm trying to remember. It was a lot. Like 96 hours, I want to say. That sounds right in my head. Let's see what this battle looks like. This is... Alright, lots of small rooms. Oh, that... I can see how this would take a while. Alright. It did get to kind of a point where, like, I need to figure out how to streamline my Three Houses playing, which might involve me just skipping free time forever. I've done so much free time. Eaten like 10 meals a day. Well, okay, that's fair. If you're looking to get your hands on other Fire Emblems, I guess that really only leaves the 3 options for you. Awakening, Fates, and Three Houses. Right, how am I gonna split these units up? I guess something like this. Take advantage of range. You know, that's totally valid. Because I do have my problems with Fates, my criticisms of the game. Like, one of the main things is just how many characters there are. Like, oh my god. So, like, you probably know that with Fates, there are actually 3 games that are kind of under one umbrella. Got, you know, Birthright, Conquest, and then Revelations. So, Birthright and Conquest, you know, they've each got like a full cast of characters, and then they borrowed something from Awakening, which is, you know, a lot of the characters have kids that, you know, through mysterious reasons grow older so that they also become playable units. So each of Birthright and Conquest already have like a big cast. And then Revelations, which I haven't actually played myself yet, it combines all of the cast. There's just so many characters. It's easy to end up like getting lost with all the characters. Like you try to, like you want to get to use them all, right? But there's so much effort that has to go into actually using them that it gets to be a bit much. Like you end up, well, like at least for me, like I end up grinding supports through random battles, which takes a long time, and also ends up making my units like overpowered, which is not fun. Like the challenge just kind of disappears. Oh, I guess there are hard modes, which you know, I've never played, but still. And then I guess that's not even getting into the fact that for a good while, just about anything related to Fire Emblem had so much Fates just kind of crammed in there as well. Like, so much. Because, you know, you've got the you've got not only Corrin, your main character in Fates, but you've got all the siblings from both of the royal families, so that's 4 characters each, and you know they got to be in everything. You can't have like just 1 or 2 of them. You got to have all 8, and that's a lot. Hey, I actually got to level up. Anyway, I shouldn't take too much of my time to complain about Fates. But Awakening was really good. You know, the story with Awakening was that Fire Emblem was kind of on its deathbed as a series. Because it had a couple of releases that just weren't especially good. There was what do they call it? Shadow Dragon on the DS, which was more or less a remake of the original Fire Emblem. And then there was a sequel that never got localized, which was a remake of, I think, Fire Emblem 3, which was a sequel to Marth's story. So at that point, Fire Emblem wasn't even popular enough to be localized. So they kind of... I'd go for those chests. So with Awakening, it was going to be, you know, kind of like this this last hurrah for the series. So there's a lot to it where they put in like references to other games. So like throughout the entire series, as far as I know. And that part is fun, but they also made the game really, really good. And that, you know, kind of brought Fire Emblem back. Awakening was, you know, like super popular. I would actually like to... I wouldn't mind playing Awakening on stream if I had a 3DS that could capture footage. But that's practically impossible to come by now. Without paying a lot of money, I guess. Alright. 5 enemies left. Okay. Well, I see 2 that are gonna go back to the grave. Hey, who told you you could get reinforcements? That's not allowed. Alright, so the key challenge, or the main limiting factor, is starting to make itself known, we'll say. I am definitely running into battles, or running low on, like, equipment. But it should be fine. Oh my god, if there's another wave of reinforcements... God, I'm just wasting my time now. Whatever. Ah, an extra Worm Slayer. That probably won't be put to use. And a whole 50 gold. Congratulations, me. Alright. 4-6. Let's see what I can do to stock up on my weapons. Like, I could probably take the steel sword. Don't need that. I'll take that short spear, and I'll give up the one-use steel lance and replace it with an iron lance. One thing I wish you could do in this game is like combine uses. Like I have these 2 steel lances here that are 1 and 5 uses. If I could just combine that into the single lance with 6 uses, I would be okay with that. I'll do a little trading. At least get that back. And again. you go. I'll take that. Everyone good now? Yeah, everyone seems to be more or less well equipped again. Alright. The challenges are getting bigger. I'm actually not sure if I've ever done like a full run of this. This is interesting. Alright, like breaking walls down, that's interesting, sure. We'll save some of my super weapon uses. Hey, another level that's actually happening. Okay. Those are good numbers. Oh, it's a good thing the enemy is here to help with smashing these walls. Alright. Trying to figure out how exactly I plan to go about this. So yeah, this is, like I said, this is the first time I've ever actually seen these maps. Never done this mode before, even back when the game originally came out. Okay. Nice. How am I going to take these out? That's probably fine. A short bow? Well, I guess I can use it to replace the long bow. Alright, and then up here we've got... actually, yeah, we'll do it like this. I almost regret not keeping enough of my items around. Not having the units or whatever to actually pick up these treasure chests. Maybe they're not actually that worth it though, and that'll make me feel a lot better. I really am just here to, you know, let's beat up these people, these monsters. Well, we're already over halfway there. I'll use the spear because that archer is probably going to come and attack, which is fine. Yeah. Longbow. How dare. Alright, good, good. Now then, let's see. Going too long. I don't need an antitoxin. I'm starting to wonder how, oh, that guy had a brave weapon. Oh, I don't get to keep it? That's fine. But I'm wondering how enemies attacking the walls. I wonder if that's scripted to happen on specific turns only. Because if so, that would be fair. Torch? I don't need a torch on this map. Oh no, that just tells me there's going to be a torch on the next map. Oh. Dang it. Oh well. Nice big hit. Okay. Well, that was very rude of that skeleton to go right up to loot and then not do anything. I mean, I don't blame him, but still, very rude. It means I can't do anything. Anything further on that front. Alright. This map should be wrapping up shortly. Those prizes will have to be unknown. Get lost. And get lost. One more to go after this guy. Let's have our nice cheery music. Hey, I'll make use of that. Why not? Alright, how am I going to do this? Well, I've got rewind, so let's take a peek at what's in these chests. Steel lance? I don't want that. Why do I not have rewinds? Okay. One of my keys was being held down. That's why. It's weird that that was a thing happening. 5,000 gold? Well, that's better than the steel lance. With 5,000 gold, I can buy many steel lances. Anyway, let's just wrap this up. I know there are a few more treasure chests that have gone... or that'll go unknown, but oh well. Floor 7. Nearly there. Orson is now a playable unit. Let's see what Orson has. Orson carries a rune sword and a silver lance, as well as a red gem. Those are all very good. Who will get... anyone take any of that? Yeah, should take a rune sword. Just for fun. What kind of map do we have here? We've got some kind of void going on? Is there like a thing where I can move between these islands? That's interesting. Alright, let's see how this plays out. This is a map where I have to rely on flyers to get things done. I'm going to be disappointed in myself not realizing that sooner. Still no caps for Erica. Okay. So let's watch how the enemy moves and see what we can glean from any of this. So many criticals, though. So many. Ah, oh boy. This is the gimmick, huh? Okay. I remember this gimmick in Fire Emblem 7. There's an optional chapter where there would be these paths that disappear and reappear on specific turns. And otherwise you'd have these small areas that were otherwise completely isolated from each other. And they would have water, like, you know, in between. Like, you know how everyone says that the Water Temple is the worst dungeon in Ocarina of Time, and water levels in general are just the worst? This was a game, or this was a chapter, a battle, that was in a Water Temple. I think it was actually called that. And it, sure enough, managed to be one of the worst ones in the game. Even in a strategy RPG like this. Because if a unit got stranded in the water, they basically couldn't move. Like, if they were right next to one of the small areas of land, they could move onto it, but otherwise you'd have to, like, send in one of your flying units to go rescue them. And you might not have one? I mean, you should always have a flying unit, because they're really good. That mobility is fantastic. But, like, if you don't, then, you know, you gotta wait until all the paths finally permanently come back on screen after, like, 20 turns. It's a lot. Anyway, this map seems to have taken some inspiration from that, but this one is looking a lot more forgiving because the isolated, permanent parts of the land actually are bigger. Like like the ones in the game before. Oh, maybe it's beating certain enemies that does it. That's interesting. But before, they were areas that were like, I don't know, like 2x3 or like 2x4 or something. And then the paths connecting them were just one tile wide. So you'd have to, like, move most of your units through in, like, single file. Oh my god. Hey Max, well, this is post-game. I'm doing the, what you call it? The creature campaign. When you came in earlier, that was the second to last chapter. But we're getting closer to the end of the game. The end of my streaming of the game. This mini campaign here is 8 floors in total. This is the 7th floor. So we're getting close. All I gotta do is just beat up all the enemies. And since this is the easier version of the creature campaign, and a dungeon that opens up in, like, the middle of the game, it's been going pretty smoothly, although it is taking some time overall, but that's fine. Like I said, it's 8 battles in a row in a gauntlet. I'll just have her just kind of stay around there. Short bow would be enough. Anyway, Max, how's your stream? How's Paper Mario going? After this, I'm planning on streaming No More Heroes. Probably 1 and 2. I'll do those back to back. I kind of have No More Heroes on the brain because I know that No More Heroes 3 it's happening. It's somewhere on the horizon. So I kind of want to play the first 2 games again. Be like, wow, these were cool, even though they're also not cool in many distinct ways. But finish the chapter you're in next. Go and then head after Bowser. Oh, so it sounds like you're at the you're in the Frost Kingdom, ice place. I forget what it's called, but surely you know what I'm talking about. I remember the music being really cool. No pun intended. So I'll have to go back and watch that later. Whenever I finally get done streaming myself. Goodbye. I suppose it is worth pointing out. I have turned off the animations just for this to go faster. And this has still been like an hour of just this mode. More or less. At least that's what my readouts say. I mean, I had a feeling that these wouldn't be particularly challenging. Because, you know, my units are strong. They're tough. They don't take no guff. But I probably should have foreseen that the maps would get increasingly more complicated the deeper I go. Or I guess the higher I go, because this is a tower. Climbing up. Just get rid of you. That should open up the final pathway. Alright. Yeah. I was saying this earlier, but the big limiting factor in doing this mode and doing a dungeon run is you can't resupply all that well. Like on the preparations menu, there is an armory option where you can buy the most basic of weapons, and you have to pay a 50% markup to do so. Why are there more of you? Who said you could do that? Oh, that's funny. Let's do that. So that means all your really good weapons, you kind of want to be careful about using them. Alright, let's see here. But on the other hand, your really good weapons are really good. So let's just one-shot the boss this floor. And no one else is close enough to finish off the enemy, so... Yeah, that's... Okay, good. We'll just do this. Take that. Map clear. Hooray. So this is it. This is the final floor of the Tower of Valni. Ah, I've unlocked Reeve. Let's see what Reeve is carrying. Reeve is carrying Aura and Purge and a blue gem. Blue gem's worth 5,000 gold. Aura is A rank light magic. Those are some good stats on that. And it's also got Purge. Long range magic. So, who do I have? So I can honestly get rid of those. I'm gonna take his good magics. If you're not aware, Reeve is a boss character. Since this is post-game, actually, I'll show that off again. Since this is post-game, you can actually unlock some of the bosses as playable units. You can only use it in this mode. Use them all in this mode, but you know they've got some good stuff with them. So if you don't actually use them, you can still find something. Let's just take a look at what we've got here. There's a chest key, a chest here that I might want to unlock. Just out of curiosity. I got a boss Cyclops. Alright. Well, let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. $28 enemies, not counting any reinforcements. That's fine. I could clobber some of them from here. Is there anyone I can actually kill in one shot, though? Just one. Alright, well, whatever. I want to double check something. There's something about the way that that the Bishop skill Slayer works that actually makes the S rank tome not a good fit for them. I'm trying to remember what it was. I mean, I guess there's the part where it makes the special effectiveness of all their attacks redundant, but I don't remember. Okay, so... whatever it is, I'm pretty sure it's like the boost from the tome itself isn't as good as the skill. And the tome will actually overwrite the skill. Something like that. Jeez. Critical, maybe? No? Fine, that's fair. Okay. I guess I should just switch over to using the sacred relics. Nah. I want to keep this just combat focused. Alright, good. Ah, another Zombato. Well, it's literally useless in this chapter, so... Poison! In this day and age? I would really like my units to stop getting crits on enemies that have only 1 HP. Please. What was that? Is that, like, reinforcement that just appeared there? Is that what the game was trying to show me? It happened a little faster than I was expecting. Hmm. Whoops. I got up to try to just do something real quick, and that's an interesting wrinkle. That's what it is. These arrows of light that just hurt anything in its way. Interesting. That means I kind of don't want to go down that extremely narrow pathway. Let's delete you. Beautiful. Fine. Yeah, I'm not feeling this. Not a fan of this stage hazard. Maybe it'll be fine if it's like alternating every turn, like which side it strikes on. That wouldn't be as bad. That would mean ideally this should be safe now. Worst comes to worst, I can heal. I do have a skilled practitioner of the healing arts at the ready. Okay. Yeah, it looks like it's alternating every turn. So that's something I can deal with. It does mean that someone here is going to get got. And there's nothing I can really do about that. But they'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'll just chill for a second, and it'll be cool. Everything's gonna be a-okay. Let's see. Just, yeah, I'll be able to get out of the range for all these friends of mine. No more Gorgon. Some extra defense for my troubles. Alright, last chapter, or last enemy. The home stretch. That'll definitely do it. I just want to explore my options. Yeah, that'll do it too. Let's have Garrick do it. Why not? He's a hero. Hooray, he did it. Battle's over. Creature campaign is effectively over. Got a Night Crest. Yeah, okay. That's useful. Alright, so all this is getting added to my high scores here. 1 hour, 17 minutes to get through all that. And again, that was with animations turned off. So the game does keep track of the total number of monsters you've killed, how much experience you've gained, how many units you've used. Lower is better for units used. Turns. Oh yeah, turns is there. 51 turns. That sounds about right. And with that, so that's what Creature Campaign is like. Like I said, there is a harder set of floors that you can do. The Lagged Out Ruins, they're called. That has 10 floors to complete. You can get even more prizes there. Specifically, more units. You can get like Selena and Valter and others. NPCs, royal types that we didn't actually get to see in combat ourselves, like well, who was in there? Queen Ismir of Johanna, for example. You can recruit her, or the guy from Frelia, Tana's and Enos's father. You can even get Lion himself that way as his unique class, the Necromancer. So yeah. I'm not going to do all that. That is a lot. This has been an extended stream, so I think I'm done. What happens if I press the A button? Alright, you can save it. Well, that's fine. We'll do that. And then you can do it again. It's post-game, so you can do it as many times as you want. I know with Line, you gotta complete the Lagdal Ruins like 3 times. So, a lot of effort, which I have never taken, and I'm not about to take it now, especially on stream. So, that's it. That's the end of the playthrough. Thank you all for watching. You're the real MVP of my army.